Hey fellow World of Warcraft fans, welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today I'll show you how to build beautiful rooms in World of Warcraft housing, and all of that in less than a minute. The whole thing is actually connected to a new feature, the so-called blueprints, which are now available. That means you can simply copy and apply your desired house or rooms, and just like that you're done. Please ignore my garden. I moved in between because my current guild with friends isn't active anymore, and then your whole garden gets messed up. But maybe it will motivate someone just like it did for me to take a little better care of their houses. The whole thing works with the blueprints. We'll take a look at it, and with that, let's go. Please ignore it. Don't ask why there's a bar, a bathtub, and a plush murloc here. The whole thing is very secret. With that, let's get into the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and let's hit 38,000 together. Let's get started. My main problem with housing has always been that I would actually be interested in it, but I just don't have the patience for it. Yeah, sometimes it just took too long for me to actually do it. And here you can see now there's a new feature, blueprints. You can easily import them and use them to copy rooms or even entire house designs from other people. The problem is, where do you get them from? And so far, I have found two pretty good sources for that. For one, Blizzard is building this up themselves. They've actually created their own forum for it. I'll link that for you in the video description. That's where housing blueprints can be posted. There are actually people who pay people gold so that they can use their blueprints. Here people write, hey, check out my house, and so on and so forth. Then you can use it. It's not bad, but the Blizzard forum has a bit of a problem. That you can't have pictures in the forum. It's better with this, with the WoW Housing Hub. Here you can basically look at everything the players provide, and then you can use all of it yourself. You see here there are sometimes entire finished houses, but sometimes there are also just rooms. For example, someone built a kitchen here, someone else built an organ here. So from what do you call it? Pipes that you can recreate with this. And yeah, the advantage is that it all comes to pictures right away. For example, here, library, office, secret room, one room. You can take a look at it first. Okay, what does the whole thing look like? I would say the whole thing has something to it. It's definitely pretty cool. And now we could say, you know what? Let's just steal that thing. So we are just going to take it now. What we do for that is simply click here on copy blueprint code. And then we go back into the game, enter import code, control plus V, and then we are good to go. The content to be imported was created by another player. Continue anyway. I don't think this warning is necessary, that you might import some dicks into it. And then we see here how the budget looks, how it is with pet beds, how it is with rooms, and how many items I have. And here we can see out of 1227 items, I have 231. That's not good. But, and this is what I like about this feature, you can still import it. That's what we are going to do here now. And then you'll see here, you can access the room planner. And that's where you can finally place everything. We'll remove the room here now. Say, hey, I want to have access through, I don't know. Well, let's just put it in here for now. We'll put a completely normal room in there. At least I haven't noticed so far that it somehow says it has to be this or that size now. Then we'll put the room in there. And now we should be able to load everything in there. Okay, now it works. I was a bit dumb at this point. So what you ultimately have to do is, you go just like we did earlier to import blueprints, paste it in with Ctrl+V, then click next, then hit import again, and then you have to click on one of these white bubbles to tell the game where this room should go. And then we place the stuff. And then at least the items you have or the decorations you have will be placed at that spot. And as we can see here now, we don't see much since I don't have most of those things. For example, things that are placed in the air, like here, that was built on a shelf. I don't have the shelf, and accordingly, these things are floating in the air. So yeah, like here in this case where someone built something really cool, you can't really import it that easily, because honestly the whole thing just looks silly. But nonetheless, I think the idea behind it is pretty cool, and you can just pick out what works for you. I don't know, are there things that look cool that you might still have available? For example, there's a throne room here, and honestly I assume I won't have most of the stuff from it either, but, and that's the good thing, you can still farm these things and get them later. So you can just save all these blueprints, let's say here. So bro, delete the room, please delete it again and place it here. Okay, that actually doesn't work. You have to import, and now you must not have clicked on anything else beforehand. Otherwise the whole thing won't work. And for whatever reason now it's loading the room. Here comes the room. So don't be surprised, it always takes a little while to load. Now you can go in here and take a look at the whole thing. And here too you notice, right? It looks crappy. We don't need that here. But you can, for example, save the current room. And then also share it again. You can then farm the new items and import everything again. And then the rest of the stuff is added. So in theory, it's possible for you to keep expanding everything again and again. And one thing that's also in here, someone just built a tank. What also works and what's actually pretty cool, for one thing, these sites always tell you what items you need for that to import the whole thing. And on the other side, as you just saw, you can export the shopping list into an add-on, and likewise when you import these bills, you can also display a list here. Only missing items will be shown, and then you can shift left click, and then it will show you where you can buy these things. So just like in this case, we can put a whole bunch of items in there and then go through them and buy them. So that's possible too, and it makes it a bit easier to complete these collections. So I think it's a cool feature. It definitely makes things a bit easier for lazy people like me to get cool houses. But you still can't avoid farming items. What do you think? How do you like this feature? Feel free to write it in the comments. With that, have fun. All links are in the video description. Until then, take care.